When 20-year-old Lauren Spierer left her friend's place at around 4:30 a.m. on June 3, 2011, she had just 2.5 blocks to walk from there to her apartment, but she never made it home. There's surveillance footage from several buildings and streets that captured Spierer around campus the night she vanished, but then she was just gone. A question arises. What happened? What caused her to go missing? I make content with animal attacks, disappearances, murders, and paranormal activities. If you like content like this, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. If not, I want to improve the quality of these videos, so I would appreciate it if you guys let me know down below what you thought. Do you like the video or do you not like the video? If so, why? I couldn't find much about Lauren's childhood. What I could find was that Lauren was born on January 17, 1991, to Charlene and Robert Spierer. Her father was an accountant. She grew up in Scarsdale, New York, an affluent town in lower Westchester County. Lauren graduated from Edgemont High School in 2009, enrolled in Indiana University, where she was studying textiles merchandising. On the day she vanished, Lauren Spierer had a couple of friends over to watch a basketball game and drink some wine at her apartment. She had met some of her Indiana University circle of friends years earlier at a summer camp in Pennsylvania, including her boyfriend, Jesse Wolfe, and friend Jason Rosenbaum. On the evening in question, however, Jesse was at his apartment when Lauren texted him that she was going to sleep after the game. At some point, she instead went to a party at Jason's townhouse 2 blocks away. Now, to understand what exactly happened that night, we need to get a layout of the whole map, and here is a picture. We're going to go through what exactly happened and the timing of these events. Shortly after midnight on June 3rd, Lauren Spierer and David Ron left her Smallwood Plaza apartment to meet up with some of their friends. Lauren and David went to the residence of Jason Rosenbaum, who lived at the 5 North Townhomes, to meet with Jason Rosenbaum, Corey Rossman, and Mike Beth. At approximately 1:30 a.m., Lauren and Corey left Jason's townhome and went to Kilroy's Sports Bar. They arrived at the bar at approximately 1:46 a.m. and left at approximately 2:25 a.m. After leaving the bar, Lauren and Corey walked to the Smallwood Plaza apartments. It was at the apartment building that they were repeatedly confronted by a group of young men, sometime between 2:30 and 2:42 a.m. According to Corey, he was attacked by the young men, who struck him in the face and head. Corey told authorities the resulting wounds made it difficult for him to recall what happened directly after the attack. Supposedly, these young men were friends with Lauren's boyfriend, Jesse Wolfe. Surveillance cameras recorded Lauren and Corey leaving the Smallwood Plaza apartments and walking back towards the 5 North Townhomes between 2:48 and 2:51 a.m. When Lauren and Corey returned to 5 North Townhomes, Mike reportedly took Corey to his apartment and put him to bed after he had thrown up. Lauren, however, returned to Jason's townhome, which was 2 doors down from Mike. Jason and Beth said Lauren wanted to continue drinking at Jason's place. However, they both wanted to put an end to the long night of partying. Jason reportedly tried to convince Lauren to sleep on his couch, but she refused. According to Jason, Lauren left his townhome around 4:30 a.m. and began walking east on 11th Street. She was never seen again. She was last seen barefoot, wearing black leggings and a white shirt. Several hours later that morning, her boyfriend, Jesse, sent Lauren a text. He received a reply from an employee at the bar saying that she wasn't there. Jesse reported Lauren missing. Multiple searches were conducted, but nothing was truly ever found. From the very beginning, Lauren's parents believed that the group of friends that Lauren was hanging out with that night knew more than they were telling the police. 4 of the men that hung out with her that night lawyered up quickly, which were Jason Rosenbaum, Corey Rossman, Mike Beth, and David Ron. Now, that doesn't indicate guilt, but it does make one wonder. Why do they need a lawyer if they truly are innocent? There's a saying that may clear this up. If you are guilty, you need a lawyer, and if you're innocent, you really need a lawyer. Again, this doesn't indicate if they're guilty or innocent. One day after Lauren vanished, her parents, Charlene and Robert, arrived in Bloomington to assist in the search for their daughter. By June 5th, Lauren's disappearance began trending on social media, including Twitter. A Twitter account dedicated to finding the missing woman had 20,000 followers within days and attracted attention from numerous celebrities, including Kim Kardashian and Ryan Seacrest. The case was also featured on a number of television news programs, including Good Morning America and Today. The widespread attention prompted hundreds of volunteers to join a ground search organized by the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. Throughout June of 2011, authorities revealed more details about the morning Lauren vanished, including maps, enhanced surveillance images, and a timeline from the time Lauren left her apartment to the time she was seen walking down 11th Street. They also continued questioning her friends and her boyfriend, Jesse Wolf, who was not present on the morning she disappeared. Indiana University also increased the reward for information leading to Lauren's location or an arrest in her abduction by $50,000. Between June and July, authorities and volunteers searched the Hoyser National Forest and the Sycamore Ridge landfill. However, nothing of significance was ever found. Amid the ongoing investigation, Jason Rosenbaum, who was the last person to see Lauren Spierer alive, cooperated with authorities and consented to take a polygraphic examination. His attorney stated that he passed. By early 2012, the reward offered for information in the case was increased to $250,000. Although the bodies of several women were found in the months and years after Lauren vanished, they were all excluded. Authorities are hesitant to declare it a cold case. The chief at the time said, "Many times we are asked if Lauren's case is a cold case, and our answer is unequivocally no." Lauren's parents contend Jason Rosenbaum, Corey Rossman, and Kilroy's Sports Bar were all negligent on the morning she vanished. In their opinion, Jason and Corey and the bar staff knew Lauren was intoxicated and had a duty of care to make sure she was safe. Another person that was looked into primarily was Lauren Spierer's boyfriend, Jesse Wolf, who was not present when she went missing. However, it has been suggested that he had something to do with her disappearance. As reported to Talk Murder to Me, some people have suggested the group of men who attacked Corey Rossman outside the Smallwood Plaza apartments was sent by Wolf. Other theories suggest Wolf may have abducted her himself. Jesse also refused to take a polygraph test administered by the Bloomington Police Department. However, his parents contend he passed the polygraph test administered by a third party. This raises another question. If he did pass a third-party test, why couldn't he take another one with the Bloomington Police Department? We also need to take into account the accuracy of a lie detector test. It is 98% accurate. That does leave a 2% chance that it is inaccurate. Where there's a chance of it being inaccurate, it really cannot be used in the court of law. The exact wordings of one website state that because the results of a polygraph test can mean many things and are so unreliable in detecting actual lies, they do not rise to the level of reliability required for scientific evidence in a courtroom, and polygraph test results are usually inadmissible as evidence. Looking at all this information, I can see as to why Jesse decided not to take this test. If he did in fact was nervous and did fail the exam, it would show him in a very bad light. It would most likely indicate that he has something to do with the disappearance of Lauren, when he might not have actually had anything to do with it at all. Jesse's mother, Nadine, said her son simply was not with Lauren on the morning she disappeared. She said her son is, and I quote, "guilty of anything. He was guilty of taking care of Lauren, who had some serious drug issues." There were multiple theories that came up after her disappearance, the first one being regarding Lauren's level of intoxication. Her friends and Jesse told police that she used drugs in addition to alcohol on the night leading up to her disappearance. Jesse's mother alleged that Lauren was asked to leave the summer camp where she met her son and Jason years earlier because of drug use. "This poor little girl is not with us today because of her drug abuse," she said. On September 2nd, 2010, 9 months before her disappearance, Lauren was arrested on charges of public intoxication and illegal consumption. After her disappearance, police found a small amount of cocaine in her room. Jason told investigators that Lauren consumed alcohol, snorted cocaine, and crushed up Klonopin tablets that evening. Her rare heart condition, which is long QT syndrome, added to the danger of drug use. Police addressed rumors that implied Lauren may have overdosed and those with her may have hidden her body to avoid criminal charges. A private investigator hired by the Spierer family named Bo Diddle doubts that a fatal drug overdose could be enough motive to hide her death. He cited the prevalence of drug abuse on an Indiana University campus. Every kid's buying pot, cocaine, drinking, and pills, he said. I mean, it's all over the place, so that really can't be the motive behind it. Theory number 2. The police have also acknowledged that they have not ruled out any other possibilities, such as an abduction by a stranger. Spierer's parents have previously stated that they do not believe her disappearance was a random abduction. Lauren's parents have voiced their own theory, where they say that based on her level of intoxication, they also felt that she may have been drugged while at the bar. They quote, "We felt somebody could have slipped something into her drink at Kilroy's," unquote, said Robert Spierer. The family has voiced suspicions about the men she was with that evening, as well as Jesse, since they have refused to take police-issued polygraphs and retained lawyers soon after Lauren's disappearance. While the parents they have not made any specific accusations, they do believe the two know more than they have told police so far. The men responded that they have taken privately administered polygraph, as well as one from the FBI. Since they do not trust the Bloomington police, they say they have retained lawyers. On June 26, 2013, more than 2 years after the disappearance of Lauren Spierer, her parents, Rob and Charlene Spierer of Greenboro, New York, filed a lawsuit against Corey Rossman, Jason Rosenbaum, and Michael Beth, who they say were the last 3 people to see their daughter. The Spierers believe the actions and inactions of the men may have resulted in their daughter's disappearance and possible death, according to the lawsuit. Spierer's abandonment in an intoxicated and disoriented state in the early morning hours of June 3, 2011, in an area known for criminal acts, contributed to her disappearance and presumed injury and death, the lawsuit states. The Spierers are suing Rossman, Rosenbaum, and Beth on the grounds of negligence that resulted in the disappearance, death, or injury of an adult child, and are seeking damages against the 3 men for allegedly providing alcohol to someone who was clearly intoxicated. Later on in 2013, federal judge Tanya Walton Pratt dismissed the suit against Michael Beth after determining he had no duty of care for Lauren Spierer. In 2014, the same judge dismissed the suit against the other 2 men, finding, and I quote, "There could be any number of theories as to what happened to Lauren and what, if any, injuries she may have sustained. Without evidence to prove these theories, it would be impossible for a jury to determine if whatever happened to Spierer was natural and probable consequence of her intoxication, without any other intervening acts that would break the causal chain," unquote. Spierer's parents appealed the ruling, but the dismissal was upheld by a federal appeals court in 2015. Lawyers for the men have stated that their clients have cooperated fully with the police and the private investigators hired by the Spierer family, and that all of them have passed private polygraphs. Quote, "They have been interviewed, and to say that they have been less than forthcoming is just not accurate," unquote, said Chapman, who represents Michael and David. Corey Rossman, Jason Rosenbaum, Michael Beth, and Jesse Wolf are still considered persons of interest in Lauren's disappearance, though not suspects. The case is still ongoing, and there are new leads coming in all the time, but nothing has happened, no one has been arrested, or no evidence of foul play has been ever found. When going over the details for this case, it was puzzling. I mean, just going over the whole thing, looking at the search results and looking at the testimony of the other people involved, it was just like she just vanished into the wind, which is very rare to see, especially in a time when there's security cameras, and multiple buildings did have security cameras. So it's absolutely astonishing to me that she just absolutely vanished. It's like she never left that building. I hope that she is found one day. I hope she is found, and I hope that the family does find out what happened to her. I hope that they get that closure. Again, it goes back to the question of what happened. That's the biggest question, and maybe someone knows the answer to those questions. They're not sharing it. We might hear it. We might find out those answers. We might not. Again, I do hope that we do. My condolences go out to her family, and again, I hope that they find out what happened and they get the closure that they deserve. Once again, be careful, be safe, be aware.